understanding people-pleasing addiction. Wanting to take care of others is a beautiful thing. And if you are a people pleaser, it is likely that your heart is in the right place. However, you cannot do this at the expense of yourself. By saying yes to everyone else, you are putting yourself at risk. Those with people-pleasing or approval addiction are always expecting or even depend on affirmation from people. They seek approval by constantly trying to please others. People-pleasing is one kind of behavior that manifests as a result of being addicted to approval. It is okay to want to be liked by people. We all do. But the danger is when you need to be liked by people. Those with people-pleasing addiction need to be needed more than people need them, because they live and derive pleasure from being needed. People pleasers are some of the nicest and most helpful people you can meet. They spend much of their time helping others. They are great organizers. You can always count on them for favors, and they are always there for their families and friends. You see, it looks admirable on the outside, but sometimes people pleasing is an expression of something else on the inside that the activity is indicating in their lives. As a people pleaser, when you are meeting people's needs or accommodating their preferences, on the outside, it looks like your activity is for them. But in reality, it is not for them. It is for you. It is an exchange. It's like a currency being exchanged. You are giving them help. They are giving you compliments. You are depending on their compliments and approval. You see, you have to understand this. Wherever there is approval addiction or people-pleasing addiction, there is passive aggressiveness. The danger is when you try to help everybody, and the next thing you know, your life will be over and you haven't lived it. For people pleasers, the word no does not exist in their vocabulary. And there lies the problem. For many people pleasers, saying yes is a habit, an addiction even. As they put others before themselves, they want everyone to be happy, often going to the extreme lengths to keep it that way. People pleasing might seem harmless, but it can lead to serious health risks, both mental and physical, especially when taken to the extremes. I want to give you some of the traits that are associated with people pleasers, or those that are suffering from people pleasing addiction. Number one, people with approval addiction will suffer abuse from those that they try to assist. Number two, people pleasers rarely prioritize their own self-care by putting others first. They spend less time relaxing, exercising, and planning healthy meals, and as a result, they are more prone to health problems. Number 3, people pleasers will keep pulling people in. People that God is trying to pull out of their life, and they keep pulling them in. Number 4, by saying yes to everything, people pleasers overcommit themselves. With less time to keep everyone happy, this can quickly develop into a vicious cycle of anxiety, stress, especially at work. In the extreme, this can lead to depleted energy levels and even to depression. Number 5, people with approval or people with people-pleasing addiction oftentimes pass on their purpose. They miss their purpose because they are pursuing other people's preferences. The danger is when you try to help everybody, and the next thing you know, your life will be over and you haven't even lived it. Number 6, people pleasers always worry about how others will view them if they do say no to them, because people pleasers feel like they can never say no. Then it is easy for silent anger to build up over time, frustration to build up over time. This often leads to resentment, which can damage even the strongest relationships. Number 7, people with approval addiction or people with that have people-pleasing addiction don't want to be seen as lazy or selfish or uncaring, because they don't want people to see them that way. So they have to go out of their way to please everybody. And if you look at it very well, it is something which is deeply rooted in a fear of rejection or failure. Number 8, for many, however, it is a need to feel needed, driven by a false sense of importance, like they are contributing to everyone's life. This is highly problematic as their identity is based on the approval of others. Number 9, because where there is approval addiction, there is passive aggressiveness. Sometimes people pleasers believe that you owe them a favor because they said yes to you when you required their favor. So they do not expect you to say no to them when they ask you for help. Number 10, people pleasers can be taken advantage of by always saying yes, especially to requests for favors. People pleasers can be taken advantage of. Even worse, exploitive people will see them as easy targets when they realize that they cannot say no. Number 11, people pleasers addiction or approval addiction will always blind your eye so that you don't see people the way they really are. You make excuses for them because you need their approval. finally, number 12. Most times, because of approval addiction or people-pleasing addiction, we waste time trying to accomplish something that cannot be accomplished. So people pleasers most times waste time trying to accomplish something that cannot be accomplished, because you can never please all people at all times. No matter what you do for some people, it will never be enough. And some people will only remember the one time you said no to them.